Hey guys, so we are updating our table saw belt grinder, and as you can see, it has a belt and it's all put together. So what I ended up doing was spending a whole lot of time making this piece of wood, and it was originally going to have the wheels uh, under here and above here, and that way it was going to be, a built-in platen basically on the wood there. And it just, you know what it was, it wasn't working, obviously, because I didn't end up doing that. But I don't know if it was the alignment of the holes. I was, it was so close, so close, it just wasn't doing it. So I had a brilliant idea to just go right off of this piece of square tubing with the holes and use the wood as its anchor, you know, and that way the tubing keeps everything automatically lined up. And so I originally, where this bolt is, I put that to secure it. Where I have that, I had this wheel. So it only had one wheel here and one wheel there, and I couldn't get it lined up. It just was not happening. It wasn't happening. I sat there trying to adjust it, fiddle with it, bang it this way, do this, do that. Was not working. Wasn't happening. So I came in. It's a little dark. See if I can try and 1 second. Okay, I'm back. So what I ended up doing was adding this third, well, technically fourth wheel, and I still had the running wheel right there. And so this was not really engaging. It was just trying to keep it aligned. And it was still running amok. It was just trying to ride up on the side of this, the little walls here. Trying to ride up on the side of the inside one there. And I said, okay, apparently from that length up to the top is too long. It's got to have some more steps in between. So I took this one, and where that bolt is, just holding the tubing, was where that wheel was. So I moved that one up, so I would have some more room to move that one up. That way, it's actually engaging this alignment. It's an alignment wheel, technically. But so now there's no adjusting. I don't have an adjustment alignment wheel in the traditional sense. It is just running straight belt, and put that like that. There we go. And it works great. I don't have to fiddle with the alignments. Everything is, nice and lined up. Nice straight belt. And the tensioning for this V-belt is also the tensioning for the belt, which took a whole lot of fiddling to find, the spot on there. But so basically, you just throw the belt on, you hook up your springs, and it goes. I don't have to ever worry about retensioning the belt or retensioning the flat belt here, the abrasive belt. It just does it automatically. This, I could lock this in pretty tight, but I actually like to give this, its flexibility. I think it'll be easier on the motor. It'll give it like a soft start. And if I don't crank this down tight enough, this thing wants to and just rolls out. So we can just take that out. So I just tested it. I put it together. I finished putting it together last night, and I didn't even run it. So I just tested it, and it works beautiful. So let me get my ear majiggers on, because it is a little bit loud, being a table saw. Table saws are pretty loud. 2.5 horsepower motor. And like we said, I think this is going pretty damn fast, but here we go. So let me know what you guys think. And actually, this piece of wood makes for a handy little spot to hang my ear duds. Yeah, let me know what you think. With this square tubing, I'll be able to just bolt in a platen, and that stands proud of everything. A good a half inch, I think. Yeah, at least a quarter. So we can just bolt something in to hold on. Inside there is a platen, and I get this whole back section for a slack belt area. I think it's pretty cool. I don't know if I am too worried about enclosing any of this. Maybe should build some kind of housing so we just keep the dust off of the arbor. Maybe, but yeah, I think it's pretty good. So yeah, I had to do some funny Mickey Mousing to get this all sturdied up. There's a big hinge on there, and then there's bracket there, and then a giant footing bracket on the backside. So it's pretty sturdy, and as you can see, it's got no wobble whatsoever. I'm actually pretty impressed by how straight and smooth that was running. So you guys looking to build a belt grinder, don't overlook the steps that using a table saw can eliminate. You got your motor mounted, you have this whole flat top, ready to bolt stuff onto. You just throw a chunk of wood on top here to facilitate, bolting things in, and you can design, the frame. You could do it with the traditional style stuff. You could do anything. Basically, you can do anything anyway. Building stuff is really fun. So I'm pretty happy with how this came out. I'm really happy, actually. Can't wait to get a platen on here and start using it. The only last thing I might be giving me any kind of issues would be if I wore out this wheel. But I don't think so. I think it's all lined up nice. I think this wheel, it's got those the pillars going through. As long as as long as it stays all lined up, it's not gonna try to eat through the sidewalls or anything like that. So, yeah, let me know what you think. Cut the top of that thing off, and that's about it. Put the platen in. Yep. And when this is actually done, I get the platen there and all that. Then we'll start finishing up this thing. Start finishing up the beast. Alright, so, oh yeah, the belts. I got this Norton ceramic blaze. It's a 50 grit. And the Norton Norzon Blue Fire 80 grit. So for now, I'm just trying to get it so I can hog everything out on the bevels, and just do the brute work on there. 80's pretty good, but yeah, probably have to. I mean, it would be a shame to come over to this thing with the fine 120 or 220 belts. But I mean, it could do it. But yeah, I'm gonna have to get a whole bunch more belts for this. I've had a cold, and yeah, and that's about it. And to help me finish the drilling, I went and found this DeWalt DWD 112 for a good price at the pawn shop. I gotta go pick up some battery. I had a set of Portacable 20 volt, the new Portacable stuff, and the drill was kind of shit in the bed. It was getting pretty stinky. It was kind of burning. I think I spilt something into the motor of it, but it was it was all right. It lasted. It was about 2 years I had it. And the Sawzall was pretty good, but the batteries, I mean, you made like one cut and the batteries would be done. So I mean, it was all right. It had like probably 3/4 the power, 80% the power you would hope from a battery Sawzall. So it wasn't like the strongest, and it just killed the batteries. So with that, and then the drill was just kind of, it was good drill. It was a good drill, but it was getting elderly at about 2 years old for the price. And what else? I had the radio. That was the only real thing that the radio was awesome. But I mean, it wasn't a charger. It was just a radio. So the whole set was just kind of whatever. So I ended up selling that, and so now I'm in between, and I get to choose the new battery platform that I'm going to be going to. So I'm thinking the new DeWalt stuff. I hate I hate to I hate to say I just don't want to buy stuff from China, but I just don't. You know what I mean? And at least DeWalt's making an effort. I can't wait to see everything start coming back as far as the manufacturing and tools being built here in the U.S. But so, and there's nothing wrong with the DeWalt stuff, as far as being quality, and they just upgraded the power on the new XR. It's like the 996 or something. So that's what I'm thinking I'll be going with. Though Makita's aren't looking too bad. I can't go with Milwaukee. I just can't do it. You know why? Not because they're made in China, but because they got that brand name that screams Americana, Americana. It's Milwaukee, that's just such a American name. But you're anything but American. Tectonic, get out of here. That pisses me off. You know, at least Stanley Black and Decker and DeWalt. At least they still have something to say that they're American. A bunch of their stuff is made in the USA. So that's that. And so, like I said, I'll see you guys later when I start taking chunks out of that thing, and I'll let you know if we have any hiccups on this. So, I hope you enjoyed the video. Hope this gave you some good ideas about how you can, a belt grinder. Like I said, I bought the belts, what were they? $7 or something each, top of the line belts. Because I didn't have to spend $1,000 on a grinder. I spent $35 on this. And I think that was the V-belt. And the wheels. I bought these wheels, but that was cheap. I think they were like $10. So call it 20 for the belts just for now, just a couple. I mean, these ceramics are going to last a while. That's why I only bought a couple, just to get this thing built. And, if I burn through this ceramic doing that one thing, I'd be surprised. But it's possible, I guess. So 35, call it 20, 55, 65. Oh yeah, and then I got some R6 bearings to fit the inside skate bearing, the skate bearing wheel diameter, but to have a 3/8 shaft axle. So that way with the R6, and this is, anybody else building these grinders, if you were using skateboard wheels, going with the R6 bearings so you can get this bigger axle in there is not a bad idea. I would recommend doing that. But those were like $3 a piece, maybe, and I got 6 of them. So there you go. Quite a ways away from $100 to get this going. Yeah, I got this table saw for free. What is that? Craftsman Ace Ace Hardware table saw. So I get that for free. But you could pick one of these up for $10 at a flea market or something like that. So there you go, $75 say, and you can get grinded. That was like $35 at the pawn shop. So there you go. Well, add that in. $100 grinder. Bada bing, bada boom. Have a good day, guys. Adios.